Hey
Hey
guys!
guys.
Clicked on this video. That is super good. That means that you either want to better your relationship or better yourself.
My wife and I recently just got married 6 months ago, and we've known each other for 6 years. So, here are a little bit of tips maybe to help you in your relationship. So, for tip one, is you're not responsible for your partner's happiness. Even if it's a personal thing that you're not loving what you're doing in life, maybe it's with work, people could tend to put that on their spouse and make it seem that your relationship is not going good, but in reality you really have to make yourself happy to even like anybody else, to be honest with you, because if you don't like yourself, how are you going to like anyone else?
That's good, babe. The second tip that we have is no future plans. Now, when Isaac and I first met, there are things that you talk about. I told him I didn't want kids until we were close to 30. We kind of discussed it mutually. Or say that you have somebody who is maybe not going to want to work when they're 40 and they want to go back to school. Make sure that you know these things so that it's not feeling like a surprise, or that you understand that this is what this person needs to do for themselves and for the relationship.
So, tip number three, and especially for the fellas, communication. If you guys don't have communication with your partner, personally speaking, it's not going to work. It's going to work, if you two are both into it for the long run. It can fall into a lot of other things. You not communicating could lead to your partner not trusting you. It could lead to, which really you don't want, because once your partner loses that trust in you, it takes a while to get back. So just don't even fall into that. And number three, you just want to make sure that your partner believes in you no matter what, because when it comes down to it, when they really need you, they want to feel that trust.
Tip number 4, be open to change yourself. Now, we all know that it's inevitable, you're going to change, but it's even better when you change for the better. So, when you meet somebody for the first time or you're with somebody, be open to the new things you guys are experiencing together. And be open to the fact that you are going to become better. You may become more positive, more optimistic. It's really important because you may never know about the habits that you're in already. They could be unhealthy habits, but they could be just normal old habits. It's also super duper important to be open to change yourself, because what if your significant other is growing and evolving in life and changing, and you're sitting there like, oh, I don't want to do that. It doesn't all happen overnight. It requires a lot of practice to change your beliefs, who you are. But trust me, it is a super rewarding process.
And now to tip number five. So, tip number five is it's never 50-50. And FY, this is what we believe. So, don't quote me and say this is the correct way, but this is just the way that it's helped our relationship. So, this is what we followed. It's never 50-50 because there's going to be certain days where maybe I don't have my 50%. So, maybe I may come home and be 20%, and she has to pick up the 80%.
Yeah.
The 80%. Or it even could be different to where maybe and she may need my energy and I may have to pick up, vice versa. So don't ever feel that like you guys have to. Don't get me wrong, this also goes back with communication though. So you just always want to be on that same point of you knowing, hey, like maybe I'm not feeling too well today, like I'm not really like happy, which is okay, because we are gonna have those days where we're down, but we gotta let our partners know, because they don't have that energy to give. And she may think that like maybe you're mad at her or something, but it could just been something with the day. And as long as you guys both actually meet 100%, whether it's 80-20 or 40-60 or whatever it could be, just make sure.
Okay, guys, this is tip number 6, and it's one of my favorites. Do new things / don't stay in your box.
Oh,
this tip is super important because as people from LA, we didn't grow up talking about camping and going to Europe and doing new things. So when we got together, it was really important for us to talk about traveling and what we wanted to do next. Make sure that you are thinking about those things, getting out of your neighborhood, seeing something new with your significant other. That's kind of how we knew we really loved each other, because we could travel together. And all this big frustration and airplane tickets and everything was always just super smooth with traveling. So I definitely do recommend traveling with your significant other and if you haven't yourself traveled, it's a really good thing to do. And tip number 7 is
Love each other and accept each other if this is really what you want to do. Don't go into a relationship. Personally, if you're not going into, this is my thought, but don't go into a relationship if you're not planning on marrying this person, because in reality, what are you doing? You're just wasting your time. Do this if you really want to do it. And all of these tips really do go back, they all follow into the same category with the communication, trusting each other. So just make sure that you both want to do this and it's not just one person.
a close family member of ours. She said to never go to sleep mad at each other. Always kiss each other goodnight. I can tell you that makes a world of difference.
It does.
It really does. Just hug each other and
Who cares if you guys are mad at each other?
Yeah,
You just have to do it, because it could be something so small
exactly.
that can really mess up something great. So you don't
Yeah.
want to do that.
Just get over petty stuff. Seriously.
Please.
I hope that you guys loved all of our tips. I can't wait to see you guys on the next one.
And if you did like this video, let us know if you want another 7 tips that maybe you might want to hear. So just let us know.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.
Thanks, guys.